Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. My name is David Hodge, representative of the seven churches. Welcome. Today we're going to speak about the formula and tools needed to understand the book of the seven churches, which is found in the book of Revelations. It's a book within a book. The seven churches can be found in the end of all Bible books in chapters 2 and 3. However, I recommend that you use the Kingdom Interlinear translation of the Greek scriptures, because this is going to be your best shot when studying, because it's the best book out there as far as not changing the translation of the scriptures. Not saying that the Greeks had any more knowledge than anyone else, or just saying that this particular book doesn't change the translation or put its own spin on it. So it's translated from Greek to English, word for word, which is important for when we're studying this book, when studying Revelation period. So like I said before, you can find this translation on the Jehovah's Witness website. You just go to jw.org, and once you get there, go to the top right corner, click on the icon with the 3 lines, then go to library. Then once you get to library, go to online Bibles, and you should be able to find that translation. As I explained, just a warning, you might not be used to the wording and how the words are placed because it's just translated word for word. But that's okay, because the important thing is no one has put their own spin or touch on it. So it's word for word, which is going to be very helpful once we get in there and start to understand what this book is saying. Okay, so we're starting with chapter 2. Well, first we're going to get into the book, and we're going to get into the actual, who are the 7 churches of Revelations? What are those 7 churches? See, because many had tried to explain these things, and they were not successful because the Bible was sealed. It was written under a veil, meaning it was sealed. That's what Revelation chapter 5 tell you, that no one could break those seals but the Lamb. So unless you know the Lamb personally, unless you know someone who has done so, then you wouldn't necessarily be able to explain these things, because it was coded. Meaning that the person who broke the seals would have to give you that understanding, would have to give you that knowledge for you to understand. So with that being said, we're going to proceed. Okay, brothers and sisters. So the seven churches are actually 7 European nations. We got 7. We got the first church, which is Ephesus, which represents Britain. Then you have the second church, which is Smyrna, which represents Iran. Then you have the third church, which is Pergamum, which represents Syria. Then you have the fourth church that represents Thyatira. You have the fourth church, which is Thyatira, which represents false Israel. Then you have the fifth church, which is Sardis, which represents Russia. Then the sixth church, which is Philadelphia, which represents America. Then you have your last church, the 7th church, Laodicea, which represents EU. So brothers and sisters, those are your 7 churches. Here it is. Just a second. There you have it, brothers and sisters. The 7 churches, which are 7 European nations. And this is the basis of the book, these 7 European nations. So the 7 churches that were being spoken to were these 7 European nations. And we're going to get into, because see, the book is speaking to these 7 European nations, but not only those European nations were being spoken to. There were other nations being spoken to as well. See, that's the hidden information, brothers and sisters. That's why you have to have the revelations key in certain things to understand the book, because otherwise you would think that these are outdated churches or ancient churches, or you would think that all these churches you think these events have already taken place, but the Bible is future tense, meaning we're living out the Bible, that these things they haven't occurred yet and they're about to occur. So these are your 7 churches, and then you have churches within certain churches that are being spoken to. You see? Now let's go to that. Matter of fact, yeah, there we go. Okay, so this is relevant, brothers and sisters, for this book, which this is the Lying Throne. This is going to be helpful as well, because just like you have your 7 churches, and now you have the Lying Throne, which shows the domination of the other nations that the European nations had dominated. So you have your 24 elders, which if you just count the wings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you see all these nations in between. Those are the 24 elders. 6 times 4 is 24. So those are your 24. Then you have the Lord in the middle. You have the Lord in the middle of each nation. So, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You take all 4 of those times 4. And you get 24, brothers and sisters. And like I said, yeah, the Lord is in between each nation. That's the Lord of that nation. So this is the 24 elders circled around the throne. The throne is where I'm at, where I'm positioned at, and the one sitting on the throne is Satan, which is false Israel. That's Thyatira. That's false Israel. So this, but this is going to be helpful, because once we get into the book, you got these nations that are being spoken to by 3 individuals, because the 7 churches are being spoken to, but not only those 7 churches, you got nations within those nations being spoken to as well. And these are those nations. You have us, the original nation, being captured, we being dominated by America. This is us. This is us right here, brothers and sisters. Then over here, you have Britain. Britain's dominating the Asian nations, the House of Saud, the Middle East. You see? And then you go down here, and you have the Orientals being dominated by Russia. And then you have here, you got EU dominating the African nations. Okay? So that is the domination of the nations that's going to be helpful for this book, because it's going to help us unlock what these scriptures are saying. And you need these tools to do so. So this is going to help, brothers and sisters, with that. This knowledge is going to help us. So, and also, I can go back to so back to the 7 churches. So you got each part, the top part of each nation is the golden part, is the original part of that nation. So Smyrna and Pergamum, which is Iran and Syria, they're the original part of the European nations. The rest of them, Philadelphia, Thyatira, Ephesus, Sardis, and Laodicea, America, false Israel, Britain, Russia, and EU, those are devils. That's the devil. They're not original. They're the devil. And Iran and Syria are original. They're the Islamic part. Same with the Lion Throne, brothers and sisters. They're still original up here. You got Satan in the middle. Then you got those that's occupying other nations. Those are the devils occupying these other nations. You see? Then up here is the golden part. Here's the demons. You see? You got Master Muhammad, the God. Then you got these demons here. Then down here, well, this should be green. That's an error. On my screen it shows green, but here it's showing black. That one underneath the red should be green, brothers and sisters. I should be able to make that correction. Just give me a second, real quick. You know what? I'll make that correction another time, brothers and sisters. Well, anyway, that should be green. So anyway, you got the green demon, which is the saints, or the chaff, which is the green demon, which is the Christian saint, the Christian demons. And then you have the saints, which is the Levites, which is a part of the good part of the original nation. So here you got that nation here. So you got 1, 2, and 3 demons. And then you got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the good part. You see, the God and the elect in the Levi is the good part of that nation. We corrupted by demons with our experience here in America from the rape of the black woman. So it created massive black-faced children. So we're being dominated by America. Still to this day, no one else is being dominated but us. But we use this formation to show how Revelations expresses, because this is the tool used to express this book. So the domination is going to help with that book. We're truly the only nation that's under domination still. But the top part of each nation is the original part. Top part of the Asian nations is the Sunnis. The top part, the top part of the Asian nations is the Sunnis. Then the top part of of China, the top part of the Oriental, is the original part. That's what a Japanese scientist is. That's what Master Prophet Muhammad. Then you got the top part here. This is the Islamic part. Then you got those. Well, right. You got those. This is the Islamic part. This is the gold part. The rain, the bowl, and stuff like that. That's the top part. That's the golden part. And underneath here is the non-Islamic and the demons and all those other ones. So, it's a little information as well, So these are all, so you got those 7 churches being spoken to, and then you got these other 4 nations being spoken to within that nation. You see at the top, there is no nations being occupied in Iran and Syria because they are not occupying any other nations. You see? So Now we're going to go. This is going to be helpful here as well. Let me get myself out of the way. Alright, brothers and sisters, so this is going to be helpful as well because this is the order in how things go in the book. This is the formation of the book where it says before the destruction of false Israel. This is what the book is centered around. The book is centered around the destruction of false Israel. So it's events that happened before the destruction and after the destruction, which you can see here. See, when it's lined up in this, when it's lined up in this sequence is telling you that false Israel is about to be destroyed. They're surrounded and they're about to be destroyed. So this is before the destruction. See, they're present. And then after the destruction, they're not there. But this is the actual formation of the key. Because you have your four churches right here. You have Ephesus, Smyrna, Pergamum, and Thyatira. Those are the first four churches in the first two chapters. And then you have the third chapter. You have Sardis, Philadelphia, Laodicea. Those are the last three churches those last three churches are in chapter 3. So you have here the destruction, the setup of the destruction of false Israel, which is in the first chapter. And then in the third chapter, you have the fall of America. You see? Because America was up here. America was alongside, you see, Thyatira, which is false Israel. It was alongside. American Britain was alongside them. Then it was casted up here and thrown down here. So now that's the fall of America. So this book focuses on that as well. The fall of America. So this is the structure of how this book is set up, brothers and sisters, which is also helpful for just general understanding of this book, that this is what this book is centered around. So when you're thinking about this book, you're thinking about what possible things could happen in these situations. You know, if you understand the scriptures, the destruction of false Israel isn't supposed to happen because they're so-called Jesus people, right? They're so-called God's people, right? And you know the scriptures say that they're not supposed to be removed. That's an abomination. So with this information, that's a problem. You see what I'm saying? So but we're not going to get into that right now, brothers and sisters. So, but this is just how the book is set up right here. And this is before the destruction of false Israel, and this is after. Because you see, they're not present anymore. That means they're gone. And this is when all hell breaks loose, brothers and sisters. All right. Right on. All right. Okay, so in this book, right, they say it was John wrote a letter to the 7 churches, right? So you would assume that John is speaking. Only John is speaking to these 7 churches, but in fact, John is not the only one speaking. I mean, John, which that's what they say, right? But the scriptures reveal that there's 3 individuals speaking to these 7 churches. One of them is Suleiman, which is, if you identify it, say whenever the sentence come about and it says spirit, that's him. That's Suleiman speaking. And he's always speaking to the conquering, the ones conquering this reality. Because in order to, well, that's another part. He's the one speaking to the conquering. And then you have Master Farad Muhammad, the God. He's speaking to the works. Whenever you read, you see the word works. You're going to see that word, and he's going to be the one speaking to that nation. Or he's going to be speaking to that part, that section in that nation. He's speaking to the works. Then you have Obama, the butt. He's speaking to the butt, the bottom part of that nation. And so these are the 3 individuals that are speaking, like we explained earlier. You see, you got You got the judge, the executioner, and then you got the liar, which is Obama. He's the liar. You know? See? You got the judge, Suleiman. You got the executioner, Masfar Muhammad. And you got the liar, the butt. And those are the three people speaking to the churches at all times. Except for in one part, which we'll get to, brothers and sisters. So just keep following along. Let me get myself out the way. All right. Okay, so here we go, brothers and sisters. So, with everything that I showed you, remember we explained that each nation has 6 wings. Each nation has 6 wings. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in the middle is the Lord. So when they're speaking to these nations, that nation has a total of 7 people. But they're speaking to those nations. You see, the Spirit is always speaking to the ones with the ear. Speaking to the ones with ears. And you can see that here. You gotta look at this angel. You gotta look at this chart or this tool as a human. You know, because you gotta look at this as a body. This is one body. So this would be the head up here. The head would be here, and you have your ears on your head. Then you have your torso here, where the Lord is, and you got your hands. Your hands are connected to your body. You know what I'm saying? So you got your hands right here. You see, and then you got your feet, you got your legs, and your butt, your legs, and your feet is connected to your legs, and your feet is connected to your legs and your butt. So this is the identification of who's speaking to who, because you'll see it. It says the Suleiman is always speaking to the ones with the ears. The Spirit is always speaking to the ones with the ears. Suleiman. Then you have Masfar Muhammad. He's the one. He's always speaking to the works. You need your hands to do work. You see. So he's speaking to the works. Then you have Obama. He's always speaking to the ones at the bottom, the ones connected to the feet, the butt connected to the feet. He's always talking to the ones here at the bottom. So he's always talking to them. And he's always lying. So throughout this 7 churches, he's lying 7 times, which reference to the 7 blasphemies, which you can find in your Bible. So that's what it was speaking about, because it was reference to the 7 churches. He was lying to the 7 churches 7 times. So he was lying. So with that being said, brothers and sisters, this is the formation of who's being spoken to and that's helpful. This is going to be helpful because we explained who all the 7 churches was. We explained the ones being dominated by the European nations. They're going to be getting spoken to. So we're just going to get started so we can get there. All right, brothers and sisters. So you have your first church, which is Ephesus, right? And that's Britain, as we explained, and they're dominating the Asian nations. So you have at the top here, you got the Sunnis, the Sunni Arabs, the Sunni Muslims, Ishmael, as the scriptures would say, the Sunnis are, if we God's children, right? They were God's children as well, but they was the older brother who was jealous of the younger brother. So they were our half brother who sold us out into slavery, right? So anyway, then you have here the middle section. The middle section is the dragon, the house of Side. Then you got them. those that run Saudi Arabia. They're on the throne in this position here, on top of the throne. When you're in the lower position, you're running things. So then you have the rest. You know, you got the demons and all that, and the people that's really, really off. So these are the ones that's being spoken to, brothers and sisters. So when you get to the chapter, okay, let me get myself out of the way. Here you have it. And as we explained, I didn't explain that, but Suleiman is always speaking. Suleiman always speaks first, brothers and sisters. See, because it goes head, arms, then butt. You see? So Suleiman is the first one always speaking. See, but the Bible, when you read it, the first one speaking is Obama. But that's not the case, because Suleiman is the one speaking first. He's speaking to the top part of each nation. So in this nation, he's speaking to the Sunnis. You see? This is what he's saying to the Sunnis. He's saying, the one having ear, let him hear what the Spirit is saying to the Ecclesiastes, to the one conquering. I shall give to him to eat out of the wood of the life, which is in the paradise of the God. See? And with all those tools, you can start to try to understand what he's saying to them. Because without this, you don't know what that's saying. You eating out of wood, you would think a wooden bowl maybe. Eating out of a wooden bowl in paradise. Wherever paradise they tell you. But you gotta know what the paradise of God is. You see, this is speaking about the hereafter and things of that nature. A position that he's explaining to them that they will be in. See, we'll get into that. We'll get into that another time, brothers and sisters. So this is who Suleiman is speaking to. He's speaking to the Sunnis. Then next, you have Master Farad Muhammad. He's speaking to the works. This is what he is saying to the dragon in those nations, the House of Sa. This is what he's saying to them. The Asian nations. He's speaking to them. This is what he has to say to them. That I have known the works of you, and the labor and the endurance of you, and that not you are able to carry bad men, and you put to test the ones saying themselves apostles, and not they are, and you found them false, and endurance you are having, and you carry through the name of me, and not you have labored, but I am having down on you, that the love of you, the first you let go off, be you keeping in mind therefore from where you have fallen, and repent. And the first words do, if but not, I am coming to you, and I shall move the lampstand of you out of the place of it, if ever not you should repent. But this you are having, the works of the Nicolaitans, which works also I am hating. So that's what Master Farad Muhammad is saying to that middle section of that nation. So sounds to me, it's a lot going on in there. You see, he's telling them that they took witness to something. You see, obviously that they was there, put these people to test, and you see they call themselves apostles and not they are. So it says that you found them false. You see, and it's telling them to repent, which means to change from. So whatever direction they're headed, they need to turn around. So he's the one telling them that. You see, right, they need to repent. Repentance is an opportunity to lessen the degree of a consequence. So they're headed the wrong way, and he's giving them a warning to turn around and start doing the right thing to lessen the degree of what's headed their way. So it's something they're doing wrong that they need to correct. But he said he agreed with the works of them hating who he hated. You see? Because they don't like that works. They don't like the works of that individual Nicolaitans as much as he does. So that's one thing they got in their favor. So anyway, that's what Master Farad Muhammad is saying to that middle section of that nation. So when you see that, that's who he's speaking to. That's who's speaking. Then you have the but. You got Obama. He's saying to the bottom part of that nation. He's trying to convince the seed. He's lying to them. He's saying to the angels, the in Ephesus of Ecclesia, write the buts. Things is saying the one holding the 7 stars in the right hand of him, the one walking about in the middle of the 7 lampstands, the golden. You see? So there he is lying. You see, he might be, you see, using this the tool, he might be holding 7 stars in the right hand of him, but he might not be walking about in the middle of the seven lampstands, the golden. You see? You know, we'll get into that. And also, I meant to note here where it says the but. So when you see that translation, you see they couldn't bring about themselves to call God the but. So they forgot the other T. You see, because they couldn't fathom God being called the but. You see, they didn't know that wasn't God. That wasn't. You see, that's not who that was. So it was speaking about somebody else. You know, see, because they didn't have the Injil, they didn't have these tools of revelations. They didn't have the keys, the revelation key, and the tools, the formula to understand that what was being said. So they forgot the other T. So, but we know, you see. But this is so when you see it like that, it's like that for a reason, because they didn't have the knowledge of the formula that's a body to understand that was the butt position, which was in the bottom. You know, like I said, the feet, legs connected. You know, the butt, right? The feet are connected to the legs and the butt. So they didn't have that information. So this is the only error on their part. But other than that, everything else is great. You see what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? So you have Obama here. This is what he's doing. He's a liar. So, all right. All right. So here we go. You got the church Smyrna, which is Iran. So within this church is being spoken to directly. But if you notice, they're not occupying any nation, so it means that there's no middle part of that nation. There's no middle section being spoken to by Master Prophet Muhammad. So he's not present when he's speaking to this church. There's only 2 people speaking. You got the judge and the liar. And these are the formations that are being spoken to. When Iran is at the top, Suleiman is speaking to them, and they're in this formation. You see, that means they're in charge of the Middle East. They got a hold of the Middle East, and you got Satan underneath them. You see, meaning that they were no longer involved. That they're not in charge. They're in the middle section. See, sitting on the throne right here still, but that's not for long. Then you have the ones at the foot position, which is the other European nations. I mean, the other Europeans, Russia and EU. So anyway, this is a position that's being spoken to when you see this. When you see this church in Pergamum, they're both connected. So you have, and then when you got Obama speaking, he's the one. Satan's at the top. You see, Satan's at the top, running the Middle East, running everything. Well, he's the one. He's not running the Middle East, but what I'm saying is he's in position of authority. You get what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? And then you see you have EU and Russia, Russia and EU, and then you have Iran and Syria at the bottom, at the butt position, which Obama has something to do with them being at the bottom. You see, something to do with the JCPOA agreement. You see that Obama, he did that when he established the JCPOA agreement. He put them at the foot of the nations, which is at the bottom. This is what you see. This is what this is saying, brothers and sisters. So this is the positions that they will be in when they're being spoken to. Let's get into it. All right. So here you have it. You got Suleiman. Like I said, they're at the top position when they're being spoken to. And remember, it's the spirit speaking to the ones conquering. He's speaking to the ears. You see, talking to them. And he's saying, I have known of you the tribulation in the poverty, but rich you are, in the blasphemy out of the ones saying Jews to be themselves, and not they are, but synagogue of the Satan, not be fearing what things you are about to be suffering. And say, look, is about to throw the devil out of you into prison in order that you might be tested, and ye may be having tribulations of days 10. Be become faithful until death, and I shall give to you the crown of the life. The one having ear, let him hear what the Spirit is saying to the ecclesias. The one conquering, not should be treated unrighteously out of the death of the second. All right. So that's what Suleiman had to say to them. And the way they're looking at it is, sounds like they would be going through tribulation and poverty. But that's not who they are. They're rich. That's what it says. You see? But the ones that say they blasphemy are the ones saying themselves Jews. So that means somebody's claiming to be something they're not. But they're actually Satan. That's what it says. You see? Then it's telling them, don't fear. You see what they're about to suffer. You see? And it said that there's a way back to be made. You see? But, you know, so it's saying that they're prepared to do something. But it's saying, I'm going to give you the crown of life if you be faithful to until this point. You see? The angel language, you know, the crown is the top. So they're going to be put back at the top. Because he's speaking to them at the top. So he let them know, I'm going to give you the crown of life again. You see? So, you know, that's what he had to offer to say to them. And then, you see, it's just a lot in there, brothers and sisters. So, but we're gonna get into there, you know, because these things can be, with this information, brothers and sisters, we can really get in there and explain a lot of these things. So, okay, that's what Suleiman had to say to them. Okay. Then you have Obama again, the liar. You see, he's lying. There he is lying again, telling him what he got, knowing he got it. He's saying, in the angel, the in Smyrna of Ecclesia, right? The but things is saying the first and the last, who came to be dead when he lived. That's the lie. You see? Because we know that he's not. See, he's the first and last, but not of the dead ones who lived. See? He's not that. You see? He's speaking about something else. And he's not. He's trying to take the title of the original nation, which is the creators, who was, you see, he's trying to take the position of the seed of Abraham. You see, the tribe of Shabazz. You see, he's the tribe of Levite. But he's claiming to be the tribe of Shabazz. You see? But he's from the tribe of Levi. Claiming to be the first and the last. You see? Who came to be dead when he lived. He wasn't dead. He's not dead at all. If he was dead, he wouldn't even been able to be president. See, so he's a liar. So we're going to just keep moving forward, brothers and sisters. Okay, so you have the same setup. You have the same setup here with Pergamum, which is Syria. Right here, same deal. They at the top. And Suleiman speaking to them. They're at the bottom, and Obama speaking to them. That's where he put them. Alright, so what you got? What's Suleiman? Suleiman is saying, second. Okay. Just a second, brothers and sisters. That little section seemed to be cut off. Give me a second, brothers and sisters. Yeah. Just a second. Excuse me, brothers and sisters. I apologize. There we go. There we go. All right. So as I explained, you got Suleiman. You know, Suleiman he's speaking to Syria. He's speaking to them, and he is saying, I have known where you are dwelling, where the throne of the Satan, and you are holding the name of me, and not you deny the faith of me. And in the days of Antipas, the witness of me, the faithful one of me, who was killed beside you, where the Satan is dwelling. But I am having down on you few things that you are having there, ones holding the teaching of Balaam, who was teaching to the Balak to throw false causer in the sight of the sons of Israel, to eat things sacrificed to idols, and to commit fornication. Thus you are having also you ones holding the teaching of Nicolaitans likewise. Repent therefore, if but not, I am coming quickly, and I shall war with them in the long sword of the mouth of me. The one having ear, let him hear what the Spirit is saying to the ecclesias. To the one conquering, I shall give to him of the manna, the one having been hidden, and I shall give to him pebble white, and upon the pebble name new, having been written, which no one has known, if not the one receiving. Boy, yeah, that's a lot of stuff in there, brothers and sisters. But some things are just obvious for at least once you get in there, So, like I said, if you know where the throne is, on the lion throne that we showed earlier, he's saying that there was, because you got the Lord is sitting on the throne, So in that position, the Lord is in the middle, right? And underneath him is the throne. It said, we're the throne of Satan. That's what he's saying. You are dwelling with the throne of Satan, you see? So that's saying that they're at the bottom, you see? But then he's saying something else, And he's saying, that you didn't deny me. You denied the faith of me, you see? In the days of Antipas, you see? The witness of me. The days of Antipas, which will be this day we're in, because this will be the day that the witness of me, you see, the faithful one, the one, it said the faithful one of me, who was killed beside you, where the Satan is dwelling, you see. And if you go, like I said, Satan is at the top right now, running things, right? That's where Satan is dwelling, you see. And they saying that that's where he's going to be killed at, the one that was killed beside you, where the Satan is dwelling, you see. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there, brothers and sisters, and it's saying the one. See, we're gonna get into all this, but this is what Suleiman, he is saying. This is what he's saying to Syria. So let's see what Obama got to say. All right, so Obama, you see, he's clearly a liar. You see, that's what he does. That's what he continues to do. He's going to continue to do that all the way to the end. So he's saying, and to the angel of the in Pergamum of Ecclesia, write the but things is saying, the one having the long sword, the two mouth, the sharp. So he's claiming to have this the long sword, the two mouth, the sharp, which he doesn't. He doesn't have it. You see. It's with him within that nation, but he doesn't have control of it. He doesn't have those things. He doesn't really truly have those things, you see. And right, you're gonna find out, brothers and sisters. Okay, let's move forward. All right, so you have Thyatira, which is false Israel, but this Thyatira, when Thyatira is being spoken to, they're speaking to all the European nations, all of them. He's speaking to all of them. Iran, Syria, America, Britain, false Israel, Russia, and EU. They're all being spoken to. You see, and as I was explaining earlier, underneath the Lord, false Israel is the throne. So they're sitting on the throne. See, because they're the God of the European nations, which said Satan will be the God of this world. And who is that? It's right here. Boom. It's false Israel. You see? Satan. So when we're speaking about when Thyatira is being spoken to, they're speaking to all these churches. All these churches being spoken to in the same order. You got You got Suleiman, Master Prophet Muhammad, and Obama speaking to these churches. So they got the top being spoken to by by Suleiman. Then the middle section, the words, being spoken to by Master Prophet Muhammad. Then you got the bottom part being deceived and lied to by Obama. Yeah. So here we go. All right. See what Suleiman has to say. He says, to you, but I am saying to the leftover ones, the ones in Thyatira, as many ones as not are having the teaching this, who not they knew the things deep of the Satan, as they are saying, not I am throwing upon you other heavy thing, besides which thing you are having, hold you fast, until which time likely I should come, and the one conquering, and the one observing until the end of the works of me. I shall give to him authority upon the nations, and he will shepherd them in staff made of iron, as the vessels, the of potter's clay is being broken together, as also I have received beside of the Father of me, and I shall give to him the star of the morning one, the one having ear. Let him hear what the Spirit is saying to the ecclesias. Yeah, you can't see that part. Hold on, brothers and sisters. It's always something, you know. The longer verses do that. It's an error. Here. Okay, just give me a second, brothers. I'm gonna pull it up. That. All right, there we go. All right, so that's what that say, brothers and sisters. Excuse me. See, let the one with the ear hear what the Spirit is saying to the ecclesias. So this is what this is what Suleiman is saying to them. This is what he's saying to the Shia. I mean, this is what he's saying to Iran and Syria. This is what he's telling them. These are the things that they would do. This is the things that, right. This is what he's explaining to them, that church. They saying that they didn't know the things deep of the Satan. We know Satan is false Israel. You see? Right. And it's saying that heavy things that you see, I'm not throwing upon you of the heavy thing besides what you already have. Hold fast. Hold on to what you got. To the time I shall come. You see? It says, it's speaking about their identification, the conquering, the observing, the one observing until the end of the works of me. You know what I'm saying? I should give authority upon the nations. You see? So that means that that's an authority switch. Something about to happen. Something about to go down. You see? You know, and he will shepherd them in staff made of iron. See, that's a new ruler. That's something happening right there, brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Being broken together, things again. You see. So yeah, brothers, there's a lot in there. We gonna get down to all that, but I'm just trying to show you how this thing works, who's being spoken to. So you got Master Suleiman speaking to Iran and Syria. Then you have next up, you have Master Prophet Muhammad speaking to speaking to American Britain and false Israel. Okay, so let's read what he said. Okay, so he said, I have known of you the works and the love and the faith and the service and the endurance of you and the works of you, the last ones, more of the first ones. But I am having against you that you are letting go off the woman Jezebel, the one saying herself prophetess, and she is teaching, and she is making my slaves to commit fornication and to eat things sacrificed to idols. And I gave to her time in order that she might repent, and not she is willing to repent out of the fornication of her. Look, I am throwing her into bed, and the ones committing adultery with her into tribulation great. If ever not, they will repent out of the works of her. And the children of her I shall kill in death, and will know all the ecclesias that I am the one searching kidneys and hearts, and I shall give to you, to each one according to the works of you. Oh, that should be of you, brothers and sisters. Man, this stuff is... Give me a second. Man. So keep that in mind. That's what Master Prophet Muhammad is saying to them while I fix this. All right, brothers and sisters. There we go. To the works of you. There we go. All right, so here you got it. This is what Master Prophet Muhammad is saying to American Britain, false Israel. He's saying, you see, he's identifying a woman named Jezebel who they let go off. They let this woman go off. I'm having down on you. I'm having against you. You let this woman go off. Named Jezebel, the one saying herself prophetess. You see, we know that that false Israel controls a lot of things in our reality. They control the world, right? How to, they're controlling how what people. They controlling everything. They control the industry. They control what's on your television. They control what stuff, the information that you're receiving. You see, they're teaching. That's a hint. They're teaching. They're the ones putting out the information that's confusing the masses of our people. They're in the way. Teach them how to err. See? And it says, you see, it's telling you that they're causing the confusion. To commit fornication and eat things, sacrifice to idols, meaning making us other than ourselves, doing things that we shouldn't be doing. You see? They're responsible. And he said, I gave you time to repent. Now, see, he always say repent, meaning to change from their ways. Giving them time to repent from their destruction. Because, trying to give them an avenue to lessen the degree of the consequence that's on the way. Giving you a chance to turn it around. You see, do something different so you can lessen what's about to take place. You see? But it said, if you do not, I'm throwing you into bed. Most people in the bed is sick. You see? Most people that's in bed, they on their last limb. They in hospice. They on their last limb. Throwing you in the bed. And the ones committing adultery in tribulation great, you going into tribulation great. They said the children of her are killing death. You see? That's not good. See? This is what's happening. You don't repent. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So you got the ones, and he's saying, letting you know I'm the one. You see? So let those, he's letting you know that he's the one. So, and he's going to give everyone what's due. You see, that's our reality. You get everything due to you. That's the basis of our reality, consequence. And he's saying, I'm here to give it to you. So there you go, brothers and sisters. That's Master Prophet Muhammad. All right. Then you have Obama, the butt, the liar, the one lying, always lying. And he's saying, and to the angel, to the Thyatira of Ecclesia, write the but things is saying, the Son of the God, the one having the eyes of him as flame of fire, and the feet of him like to fine copper. There he is lying, saying, claiming to be the Son of God. But he's not. He's not the Son of God. You know what I'm saying? But he is Lucifer. And Lucifer was definitely was a powerful. He's a powerful angel, but he wasn't the Son of God. He went too far with it. You see, he wanted to be the person that he wasn't. He wasn't this person. He can't be the Son of God. You see, he can't. So that's a lie within itself. I don't even have to continue reading, but he can claim to be that. You see. But to be the Son of God, you have to meet certain criteria he just don't meet. You see, brothers and sisters? So, yeah, you have him lying here with all these identifications that he can't fill those shoes. He's a liar. So, we're moving forward. All right, so you have Sardis, which is Russia, and they're occupying, they're dominating They had dominated the Oriental nations, which is called death. And see, this nation, it's the reason why the nation is called death, because you see, if you understand what Down syndrome is, you see, extra chromosome makes them not human. So their nation is called death. You see, because they had to be wiped out altogether. See, that's something else, brothers and sisters. But that's why they call it death, because that's a nation. That nation is that's you get it. So, anyways, oh yeah, okay. So let's see what Suleiman is saying to death, saying to the Oriental nations, the top part, which is the golden part, which is the original. But like I explained, that nation has something going on. So we're building a kingdom that will last forever, and we don't need any defects. We don't need defects in our nation. So, because the Japanese scientists, they are with the God and stuff like that. See, but that's some more information. We'll just focus. Okay, so brothers and sisters, let's see what Suleiman is saying to the golden part of the Oriental nations. He's saying, the one conquering thus will throw about himself in outer garments white and not. I shall wipe out the name of him out of the book of life, and I shall confess the name of him in sight of the Father of me and in sight of the angels of him. The one having ear, let him hear what the Spirit is saying to the ecclesias. Right? So, usually, sound, right? What is that saying? Well, I'm throwing about himself in outer garments, right? So you had garments on, then you throwing yourself out of garments, meaning no longer you were being, whatever garments you had on are no longer on you. So, like I explained, that's the whole setup of the Lion Throne. The Europeans, they the white robes, they the white garments that's over those nations, you see, that was dominating those nations. And it says, about himself in outer garments white. You see, don't throw about himself. Will throw about himself in outer garments white. You see, they're not going to be underneath that. They're not going to have that authority over them. They're not going to have that domination over them. See, that's what they say, brothers and sisters. They say not. That's a cancellation. Not is a cancellation. So read it again. Read it again. It say, I shall wipe out the name of him out of the book of life. Woo! That's hefty. Yeah. That's hefty. It said, I shall confess the name of him in sight of the Father of me and in sight of the angels of him. That's letting it be known. That's confirmation that he's serious. He's serious. You see? This nation can't come. This nation is not involved. This nation is not involved. You see? So I say, we can keep going. That's what Suleiman has to say to that top part. All right, what is Master Prophet Muhammad saying to them? The works. What is he saying? You see? He's saying, become standing awake and fix firmly the things left over which were about to die. Not for I have found of you words having been fulfilled in sight of the God of me. Be ye keeping in mind, therefore, how you have received, and you heard, and be ye keeping and repent. If ever therefore not you should stay awake, I shall come as thief, and not you should know what sort of hour I shall come upon you. But you are having few names in Sardis, which ones not polluted the outer garments of them, and they will walk about with me in white ones, because worthy they are. Alright. What is that saying, brothers and sisters? Just a second, I see another error. I got a 3 right here that need to go. You gotta go. You gotta go. Alright. There we go. Alright, brothers and sisters, so that's what All right, so that's what Master Farad Muhammad has to say. That's what he's saying to that middle section. So he's telling that part of that nation, the works. You see? He said, not he has found of you, the works. He's speaking of the word. Not I have found of you. Being, you know what I mean? He said, right, he's saying not, for I have found of you the works having been fulfilled in the sight of God of me. See, meaning that they're not worthy. You see? That whatever they've done is not up to right. Not up to his standard or up to his fulfillment in his sight. So whatever they're doing wrong. You see? You're telling them fix. You see? Telling them to stay awake and fix turning the things left over which were about to die. See, what does all that mean? See? Be you keeping in mind, therefore, how you received and you heard, and be you keeping and repent. See? He's telling them to change from their ways. Whatever they're doing wrong. So you'll see here, that's what Master Farad Muhammad does. Tell you to repent, change, go the other direction. Whatever you're doing, you need to lessen the degree of the consequence that's headed your way. If ever therefore not, you should stay awake. I shall come as thief. See? What does that mean? Mm-hmm. Which we'll get to all these things, brothers and sisters. And it says not. That's another cancellation. So it says you should know what sort of hour I shall come upon you. Right? Yeah. But it's then saying that it's identifying worthy ones that's going to walk with him in Sardis, which he's always with, which I was explaining. So Japanese scientists, you know, the ones that's with him, you know, with Master Farad Muhammad. That's, if you understand the wheels, if you know they call them UFOs, right? Master Farad Muhammad is he's a technical marvel. He's the god of our time that created the wheels. Him and the Japanese scientists. So see, they're the worthy ones that's walking with him. See, but we just keep going. So that's what Master Farad Muhammad has to say to them, brothers and sisters. So let's see what Obama has to say. All right, we got the but. What is he saying to the bottom part? You know, this is usually where China and North Korea would be. So he's speaking to the bottom part of the but position. The bottom part, China and North Korea. This is where he usually speaks to them. That's where they're located. I'm not showing it here, but I'm telling you, brothers and sisters. So it says, and to the angel of the in Sardis of Ecclesia, write the but things is saying, the one having the 7 spirits of the God and the 7 stars, I have known of ye the works that name you are having, that you are living and dead when you are. So that's what he has to say. You see? He says that no, is that supposed to go there? Give me a second, brothers and sisters. You know what? Just a second, brothers and sisters. Oh, you know what? That don't go there. I apologize, brothers and sisters. Give me a second. I don't go there. How did that get in there like that? Okay, here we go. Oh man. Okay, I apologize, brothers and sisters. When so that was the butt, right? He didn't say all that now. Maybe right. So Master Muhammad says, "I have known of you the works that name you are, that name you are having, that you are living, and dead when you are." Now that goes with that whole sentence. I apologize, brothers and sisters. So that's identifying that they're living but dead when they are. That's what I was explaining about them being death. That their nation, their whole nation, is basically be put to death. That's why they call it death, because they have no future. They have no future. They're living and dead when you are. So that was just letting them be known. But out of those ones, it was ones that were worthy, that would walk with him. You know what I'm saying? It was ones that were worthy, that were found worthy. They would walk with him. You see? Walk about with me and white ones, which I got to pull back up. Excuse me, but give me one second. Right. We get. Thank you. Alright, that's much better. How about that? There you go. Like I said, right? He's telling them the name of you, the name you are having, that you are living and dead when you are. Ha. But it says there that right. But you are having few names and Sardis, which ones not polluted the outer garments of them, and they will walk about with me and white ones, because where they are. See, so even though they are living and dead when you are, that's the nation that they are, right? They're dead. But there's ones that's worthy. So you see, and those are the ones. That's what Master Muhammad. So he's the one that has the say so of what he does with them, but they're not included in the next reality, which is the hereafter. So that's speaking about something else, but that's what Master Muhammad is saying to them. And I apologize on that. And then you got the but. The but is just saying simply, and the angel of into the angel of the Sardis of Ecclesia, right? The but things is saying the one having the 7 spirits of the God and the 7 stars. He's claiming to have that, right? We know he doesn't. I know for a fact you don't have any 7 spirits of the God. You see, because then you'll be claiming to be Master Muhammad. See, there's certain things, he's just a liar. You see what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? He's just talking out his side of his neck. You know, Obama don't have these things, brothers and sisters. So let's move forward. Boom. There you have it. Philadelphia, which is America. And they're dominating us. They enslaved us. We're still enslaved now, brothers and sisters. We're still going through affliction and servitude now. We're still a nation we're a nation within a nation. We're still, we're not even that. Because they won't let us be. They took everything from us, brothers and sisters. They stripped us of all knowledge. They inflicted us with terror and torture. You see? They gave us their false religion. They took our nature from us, but they tried. They took everything from us. You see? And they taught us how to act. They programmed us. They turned us into human robots. They turned us into them. Filthy, evil. You see, thing is, we're acting other than ourselves. We're behaving like them. The way they taught us, they programmed us to act like we're acting. That's not how we act. That's not who we are. You see, they took everything from us. You see, and everything is against us here. Everything that we do is against us. It's against our nature, and we're criminal by nature due to them, due to America. See, that's another story, brothers. Let's stay focused. So here you go. You have us, original nation. You know, we're being occupied, or we're being dominated by these people. And like I said, this part should be green. I'm not understanding why it's not. Just give me a second, real quick, brothers and sisters. I don't like that. Yeah. Give me a second. It's still black. Alright, give me a second. Yeah, somebody. Oh man. Okay. Well, we're gonna run with what I had, cause you know what? Alright. There we go. We just gonna run with that for now, brothers and sisters. We're gonna call that as good as green as we can get, because it's not it's not cooperating with what I'm trying to do. I can fix it another time, but that's supposed to be green, so that's as good as green as it's gonna get for now. So that demon here should be green. You see, you got the elect. You got the elect, which is the Islamic part. Then you have the demons, the evil spirits, these evil demons that corrupted our nation, that these devils corrupted with our nation with their demon children, half devil, half man. These Oreos, they look like us, but they're not us. You know what I'm saying? You got the demons. You got the God, then you got the Levite, which is the NOI, which is the nation that the nation of Islam. Right? Yes, sir. Yes. All right, so we're gonna move forward to what's going on here and what's being said to them. What is Master Suleiman? What is Suleiman saying to the elect? Let's see. He is saying, the one conquering, I shall make him pillar in the divine habitation of the God of me, and outside, not he should go out yet. And I shall write upon him the name of the God of me, in the name of the city of the God of me, of the new Jerusalem, the one stepping down out of the heaven from the God of me, in the name of me, the new, the one having ear, let him hear what the Spirit is saying to the ecclesia. Okay? So, there you have it. That's what Suleiman is saying to them. So, he's telling him he's going to make them pillar. You see? Pillar is pretty sturdy, right? That's a good foundation in anywhere. You're a pillar or something, right? In the divine habitation of the God of me. You see, divine habitation. That's a good thing, you see. Outside, say outside, he should go out yet. You see, not his cancellations again. I shall write upon him the name of the God of me. You know what I'm saying? So he's saying that the God of him, right? That's saying something, brothers and sisters, saying that they the God. You know what I'm saying? The name of the city, the God of me. That's, and they say it right there, New Jerusalem. The name of the city, the God of me, of the New Jerusalem. You see? That's speaking about something else too. That's speaking about the ark, the new ark. The ark. That's speaking about, you know how you've heard of the Ark of the Covenant and who got on the ark and who didn't, and who listened to Noah, who did. That's speaking about that, brothers and sisters. It's saying the city of the God of me, of the New Jerusalem. That's speaking about our new reality. You see? The one stepping down out of heaven from the God of me, in the name of me, the new. You see, who make all things new. You see? Things about to be right. Woo! Anyway, that's a lot, brothers and sisters, right there. So that's what Suleiman is. That's what he's saying. the elect, the 144,000 brothers and sisters. You know, there we go. Now we're gonna move forward to what Master Farad Muhammad is saying to, what he is saying to the demons. What are you saying to the demons? You know, and you can't get caught up in all because he's talking to them, but he's telling them something. You know, you can overlook it and you think he's talking directly to them, like, you know, something might sound good, you see, or something might look bad. You can't make assumptions. That's why you need those tools and those formulas and things, because you have to be able to use it and, you know, connect it and make it make sense. You know, so we're gonna read it. We're gonna see what is he saying to them. He's saying that he's speaking to that red and that white demon. This is Master's children, the Caucasian man's children from the rape of the black woman. What is he saying to them? He said, I have known of ye the works. Look, I have given in sight of ye door having been opened up, which no one is able to shut up it, that little you are having power, and you observed of me the word, and not you denied the name of me. Look, I am giving out of the synagogue of the Satan, of the ones saying themselves Jews to be, and not they are, but they are lying. Look, I shall make them in order that you will I shall make them in order that they will come, and they will do obeisance in the sight of the feet of you, and they should know that I loved you, because you observed the word of the endurance of me, and I shall observe out of the hour of the temptation the one inhabiting upon the earth, and I am coming quickly. Be holding fast which thing you are having, in order that no one might take the crown of you. Now, give me a second, brothers and sisters. Something ain't right. Give me a second, brothers and sisters. I apologize. Something seems to be missing here. I can't get my thumb on it right now, but we're going to get to it. Let's see. Something ain't right. Okay, because you observe and I shall observe temptation, the one being temptation. This is saying, brothers and sisters, I apologize, the hour of the temptation. I am temptation the ones. Yeah, something's missing right there. Let me fix this real quick, brothers and sisters. I apologize. This is something. Let's see. Yes, sir. Hey. right, brothers, since I apologize, it was a whole piece that I must overlook. Apologize for that. Let's read that again, brothers, because it didn't make no sense to me. But all right, so what is Master Muhammad saying to them? He said, I have known of you the works. Look, I have given in sight of you, door having been opened up, which no one is able to shut up it, that little you are having power, and you observe of me the word, and not you deny the name of me. Look, I am giving out of the synagogue of the Satan, of the ones saying themselves Jews to be, and not they are, but they are lying. Look, I shall make them in order that they will come, and they will do obeisance in the sight of the feet of you, and they should know that I loved you, because you observe the word of the endurance of me. And I shall observe out of the hour of the temptation, the one being about to be coming upon the inhabited earth whole, to tempt the ones inhabiting upon the earth. I am coming quickly, be holding fast which thing you are having, in order that no one might take the crown of you. There we go. So that's what Prophet Muhammad is saying to them. This is what he's saying to the demons. You see, there's a lot of stuff going on here. You see, because he's saying that he's giving them the door that's open, and he said that no one can shut. Shut it up, no one can do it. The little power they are having, you see? Yeah, but you observed the word of me. You didn't deny the name of me, you see? And he's saying, I am giving out the synagogue of Satan. You see, speaking about false Israel again. You see? Speaking about false Israel, the false people, the ones that's not Jews. And he's saying that, right, he's saying that they're not. Call themselves Jews, but they're not. You see? And it says that he said, I shall make them in order that they will come, and they will do obeisance in the sight of the feet of you. That's that formula again, brothers and sisters. That's what that revelation is key in that tool, the stuff that we use. And you see, you don't know what that's saying, but you know. And he's saying in the feet of you, and they should know that I loved you. So he's telling that demon that this is what he's about to do. You see, I'm doing this. I'm about to put this in place, so they know that I love the ones that they're coming, that the Satan will have to do obeisance in the sight of the feet of them. You see, so he's telling the demon that I'm letting them know that the ones that they had to do that to, I love them. You see, and I don't love you. That's what he's saying in that context. When he's speaking to the demons, he's telling them, ha. You see, I love them. I don't love you. You see, so there's a lot going on there. And he's telling them to hold fast to what they got. You see, and don't let them. You see, in order that no one might take the crown of you. So that's speaking about something else too, brothers and sisters. We're gonna get to all that. So that's the gist. That's what Master Muhammad is saying to those demons. Then you have Obama. What is Obama saying? What is Obama saying? Uh-oh. I apologize. Oh, what did I do? Just a second, brothers. I didn't click on something. Just a second. Oh, that's not that. Just a second, brothers and sisters. I didn't exit out of my presentation. No, man. Just give me a second. Alright, I apologize, brothers and sisters. Get it all back together. Alright, so All right. So what is Obama saying to those? What is he saying to the demons? What is he saying to the green demon? And what is he saying to the Nation of Islam? What is Obama saying to them? He's down there talking to them. That's who he's talking to. Talking to those Christian demons and those ones, massive children. And he's speaking to those ones pushing the wrong vision, right? And he's speaking to the Nation of Islam. That's, you know what I'm saying? God's children, right? He's speaking to the Nation of Islam. So God's nation. So what is Obama saying to them? He's saying, and to the angel in Philadelphia of Ecclesia, write the but things is saying, the holy one, the truthful one, the one having oh, what's that? Just a second. Just a second. Just a second, brothers. I apologize. Alright, so what is he saying? He's saying, Obama is saying, and to the angel in Philadelphia of Ecclesia, write the but things is saying, the holy one, the truthful one, the one having the key of David, the one opening up and no one will shut up, and shutting up and no one is opening. So there you go, the liar. He is lying against, claiming to be the holy one, the truthful one, stealing titles again, knowing he's not that. Claiming to have the key of David, he doesn't have that. He's claiming to be, you see, he's claiming two titles that don't make sense. They contradict each other. The one opening up and no one will shut up. And then he's saying shutting up and no one is opening. Come on now, which one is it? But when you see Master Muhammad speaking, he said he's the one to open up and no one would be able to shut up. See, but he's saying both of them. He's saying I can do both. You see what I'm saying? So this is clear identification that he's a liar. He's not doing anything but lying. So, so that's what Obama has to say to them. So let's move on to the last church, brothers and sisters. We're gonna wrap this up. All right, here we go. Laodicea, EU. So they're dominating the African nations. They had dominated the African nations. And the Lord of that nation is Obama. See, he's the one calling the shots. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the top part of each nation, as I explained. The golden part, the rainbow part, is the Islamic part. So, they're not with Obama. See? They're with the God of this time. And they're with Suleiman. So Suleiman's speaking to them, you see? You got the ones that's with Obama. You see, the Islamic, it's the non-Islamic, and these demons and all that stuff there. So, okay, let's see what's going on. Let's see what they got to say. Let's see what Suleiman is saying to the Islamic part of that nation. You see? And he is saying, I, as many ones as if ever I may have affection for, I am reproving, and I am disciplining. Be ye zealous, therefore, and repent. Look, I have stood upon the door, and I am knocking. If ever anyone should hear the voice of me, and he should open up the door, I shall come in toward him, and I shall have supper with him, and he with me, the one conquering. I shall give to him to sit down with me in the throne of me, as also I conquered, and I sat down with the Father of me in the throne of him. The one having ear, let him hear what the Spirit is saying to the ecclesia. So that's what Suleiman is saying to that part of that nation, the Islamic part. So, you see, he's basically giving them you see it here, you see. He's saying he has affection for them, and he's offering them he's offering them improvement, to reprove them, and giving them discipline, what is what you would need as a requirement to where we headed. You have to have discipline. So he's giving us all the tools, and he's giving them certain things that they're going to need in order to move forward into the new situation that they're headed to go to the new reality that he's putting together. He's basically saying that he has a place for them, and he's going to give them, he's going to reprove and discipline them, which is the source of the power that they're going to need. So he's saying, repent. So whatever, they're doing something wrong. You see? So the Islamic party is doing something wrong. And, let me see something else here. Yeah, they're doing something wrong. Make sure that's what's going on, because, yeah, there we go. There it is. So they're doing something wrong, brothers and sisters, that they need to change from. You see? And once they do that, they'll be good to go. And it says, stood upon the door and I am knocking. If ever you hear the voice of me, you see, I open up the door and I shall have supper with you. You see what I'm saying? I shall have supper with him and he with me. That's a good thing, right? They say, and I shall give to him to sit down. So this is what he's offering, to sit down with me in the throne of me, as also as I conquered. He said he already conquered this reality. The conquering is conquering the reality. He said, I've conquered. And I sat down with the Father of me, which is the God of this world, in the throne of him. So this is speaking about the situation. This is speaking about paradise. So we'll move forward with what Master Prophet Muhammad is saying to that nation, to the middle part of that nation. Okay, so this is what, just a second, but the wording is not there. Alright, there we go. You can see that now. Alright, there we go. So this is what Master Muhammad is saying to the middle part of that nation, Obama and them. So he says, I have known of you the works, that neither cold you are nor hot. I owe cold you were or hot. Thus because lukewarm you are, and neither hot nor cold, I am about to vomit out of the mouth of me. Because you are saying that rich I am, and I have become rich, and nothing need I am having. And not you have known that you are the miserable, and the pitiable, and poor, and blind, and naked. I am counseling with you to buy beside of me gold, having been fired out of fire, in order that you might become rich, and out of garments white, in order that you might throw about yourself, and not might be manifested the shame of the nakedness of you, and eye salve, to anoint in the eyes of you, in order that you may be looking. That's what Master Prophet Muhammad has to say. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying, brothers and sisters. So what is that? What's all that? That's a lot of stuff there. Neither cold you are nor hot. I owe cold you were or hot, but you're lukewarm. You see? So that's saying something right there. You see? Vomit out of the mouth of me. That's that language. You know, that's just that's coded. You see? We'll get to it. It's saying that you say I'm rich I am, and I become rich, and nothing need I am having. You see? It's saying that but you don't know. You're miserable, you're pitiful, you're poor, you're blind, you're naked. See? I'm counseling you to buy. He's telling you, he's offering you something. Because the direction you headed is not good. You see? I'm trying to give you a direction. I'm trying to redirect you. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, hold on. Give me a second, brothers and sisters. Just hold. Okay, hold on, brothers and sisters. I apologize. Okay. You know what? Alright, so hi, brothers and sisters. That last piece. Alright, so as I was saying, what you can see here is persuading them, right? I'm counseling with you to buy this side of me gold having been fired out of fire. He's giving you opportunity. He's giving that nation an opportunity to, whatever they're doing, to invest in this, because this is what you're going to need to be successful where we're going, or you're just not going to make it, so. And he's saying, he's being kind to them. As you can see, the word, it says, like I was explaining, outer garments white in order, because they're going to, just a second, but oh, okay. Right. Outer garments white in order. Okay, right, there we go. And it says, and it says, in order that you might become rich, in outer garments white in order that you might throw about yourself. See, we come out the robes, the nations having control over them, right, and dominating them. And it said they're going to throw about, they're throwing about that again. They're throwing them robes off. But when they do it, he's trying to give them a chance. He's trying to be nice to them. And it says, not might be manifested to shame the nakedness of you. If you're naked, you're exposed, right? I mean, you're not ready. I mean, when you're naked, nakedness is you're not ready. If you say I'm ready to go, when you're naked, you're not ready. So he's offering them an opportunity to be ready. You see? And give them, it says, eye salve to anoint in the eyes of you in order that you may be looking. So he's trying to give them sight. Giving them the opportunity to see these things. So, okay, with that, brothers and sisters, we're going to see what Obama was saying. Obama's the last one. We're going to wrap this up, brothers and sisters. Right. So here you have the but. What is the but saying? What is the but saying? What is he saying? He is saying, into the angel of the in Laodicea of the Ecclesia, right? The but thing is saying the amen, the witness, the faithful, and the truth, the beginning of the creation of the God. So here he is, his last lie, claiming to be the witness, the faithful, the true, claiming to be the God. That's what he's claiming to be, the creation of the God. Claiming to be the God again, something that he's not. So this is what it is, brothers and sisters. So with that being said, that's pretty much it for today, brothers and sisters. That's pretty much it. That's all she wrote. Alright, so again, brothers and sisters, that's how the book works. That's how everything's set up. Those are the components that we're using, the formula, the tools. That's the revelation key. That's everything that you're going to need to understand this book. When we're going in there, we're going to get in there and really start working. We're going to use more of that revelation key to show you how these things come together and what all other things are in there. This is just the basis of the book. Get that understanding. You got to know how this thing works and who's speaking to who and who's talking and what's going on. And you see, and so basically that's that. So we'll start again, and we're going to break down. We're going to get into that first church next time we're going to get into that first church. We're going to get into see what else Ephesus has to say. You know what I'm saying? Using the tools and the formulas to bring that stuff out. And we're gonna go in there and dig it out, pull it out, and connect it with what's taking place in today's reality, because that's what this book is. This book was designed. It's a tribulation book. It's designed for those who did not make it out of the tribulations. It's designed for those who are going through tribulations, and it'll help them raise. You know what I'm saying? And it help get them to a level they need to escape this reality, because that's why I'm keep saying repent. Because hey, there are certain people that need to repent to lessen like I explained, what was I saying? To lessen the degree of how much consequence they're going to receive. You can change the quality of it, is what I'm saying. Like, instead of having cancer, or instead of being sick, you can reverse those symptoms. You see, you can lessen is what I'm trying to explain. Instead of being naked and cold, or instead of being starving with your stomach touching your back, you can be freezing cold. You see, but you still can't get away from the consequences. It's coming in different forms, is what I'm saying. So those people who need to, when you gotta repent and you gotta start understanding where we're headed, because we're headed somewhere else, and you're gonna need this book. This book is gonna help you, brothers and sisters. So I'm gonna do my job to continue to be here, and we're gonna keep working through these churches, and we're gonna start with the first church, and we're gonna work through that. So with that being said, brothers and sisters, thank you for listening to me. Assalamu alaikum.